Phase 2, a job that's starting about 5 years late because of a lot of issues, but it's finally getting built. We did phase 1 8 years ago. It's been about 8 years now, almost. And that was the other half of the building, other building in the back. And now they're just coming in and building this. Will be finished this week. That room will come down, and we have a 6-ton and an 8-ton head in there that will be coming out. One of the heads will be temporarily going into this room to get this room up and operational. Then a future system for temporary, probably 6 months to a year. 2 heads will be going into this room right here that's being used for a different process, smaller heads, where a different system will go in there when the room gets transferred over to a higher load capacity of like needing 40 to 60 tons just in that one room that will get extended on. And our 2 small heads will come out, and they'll be moved over into a hallway that's going to go in a big square in a mezzanine kind of thing going around these rooms. Those 2 heads will come out, go in a hallway, and kind of have like a circle air thing going on there, like pushing air in one direction that way, then another head over here pushing air this direction, and it'll be doing this big air motion circular thing in a hallway. So that's the future removal. And then we're using a 12-ton, a 8-ton, and a 6-ton all separate out to do, coming all the way over, doing the switch gear room, the water processing room. That'll all be done. Then that'll also go on the same piping, just like a big water pipe, one continuous pipe. Then there's 3 rooms upstairs with 3 air handlers, little 5,000 BTU or 6,000 BTU air handlers, and little tiny offices upstairs. And I think a 9 or 12,000 BTU on the office downstairs off of one small system. And then there'll be a finished product room, will be a little 4,000, 5,000 BTU head. Yeah, it's been many years. This process, this was delayed because of some really big issues with a problem with a contractor and some really costly mistakes. But now it's almost 8 years later, and it's being corrected. And now it's time for phase 2. And all the heat load calculations, electrical calculations, all the 3-phase that has to be run. We'll be using that hydro unit sitting right there where my finger is at. That hydro unit might be doing the hot water for the reheat. And then they need a separate dehumidification system up in the roof area that needs, because of all the moisture, there'll be a separate heating and dehumidification for the entire warehouse on the top that will be using reheat from the heat recovery system that's being used for the processing in all the rooms. All that heat is going to get transferred to a reheat system that'll go for dehumidification for the whole roof area, because there's going to be major condensation and humidity problem, because in the winter when it's 30-40 degrees on the surface of that and you have 80-90% humidity inside here, you got to get rid of all that. It's either vent it or get rid of it, and so that's what we'll be doing. And this system isn't finished yet. There'll probably be some changes, some tweaks, some sizes up on things, sizing down on some things. So yeah, this will be a good sized little job for, basically my son will probably do 80-90% of all the work himself. And yep, that's it. And this is one hell of a reverse osmosis system. That saved their ass. They had some problems with water at one time, and once they moved this system in, that took care of a lot of problems they had. And let's go in the back here. The city was just in here inspecting. They're doing their phase 2, and they got to turn in all the plans and get a re-inspection again. Had to clear out a bunch of stuff that was in the hallway because, you know, legally you can't have, for safety reasons, you can't have stuff narrowing your hallway. So that's all getting cleared out. And then this is all air conditioning, all in this back area right behind this wall here. This will be about 240 tons of heat recovery back there. All right, So things are moving on again after many years. This has been a long, hard job. And we might even update and modify this. We'll see. There's a lot of things on the plans on the table, and it'll take another year of work. All right, guys, I'll see you. This is our future upgrade build that is on its way and going to be done. This is staying here, all the electrical switch gear and everything like that. This is all staying, and this is our dedicated power for all our LG units that we installed in the back many years ago. And I guess we'll be tapping off of one or the other, because we just freed up a bunch of 3-phase power that could come right off this panel and go right to the back to our new units that are going to go back there. So that's all good. And so, let's see what the next year shows of little short clips of videos as we get along this in the next year, because we're working on 3 other jobs right now simultaneously, and that have to get finished first, and we got a 4th one coming up that's just down the block here, 5 minutes away from here, before we jump over onto this one. And we're piled up for the next almost 2 years of jobs, basically all pre-ordered 2 years in advance, and plus popping this one out. All right, guys, I'll see you. We're out of here. All this is going away.